Thank you for joining the PortionPro Rx Self-Paced Hospital Training. Module 4, Your Guide to Prescribing the PortionPro Rx. Here you'll learn which pet families are most likely to need and use the PortionPro Rx. A few simple talking points to help discuss the PortionPro Rx with your clients, and tips on determining how many PortionPro Rx and tags are needed for each client's home. As a reminder, the PortionPro Rx is ideal for cats or dogs. A few scenarios include obese or overweight pets, pet parents that are trying to feed prescription diets in multi-pet homes, and during spay or neuter as obesity prevention. Pet parents often report that food stealing is a major cause of stress with feeding multiple pets. This food stealing often leads to overweight and obesity. The PortionPro Rx solves all of those problems for the pet parent. When you look at a client, you can ask a few simple questions that will tell you if that pet parent would likely accept your recommendations for the PortionPro Rx. Do they have multiple pets? Again, this could be a combination of dogs, cats, or cats and dogs. Are they feeding the cat on the countertop, or perhaps separating pets at mealtime? Do they need to feed their pets more than one kind of food, one of those maybe being a special or prescription diet? Is this pet parent busy with a career and children on top of trying to manage multiple pets? Are they stressed by mealtime with their pets? Then the PortionPro Rx is for them. Until you get comfortable identifying which pet parents are ideal candidates, take a few minutes each day to review the client identification and communication tips guide that came in your welcome kit or you downloaded from the website. This guide will give you scenarios to help make recommendations for using the PortionPro Rx. It will also help you better have conversations with pet parents about the PortionPro Rx by providing words and phrases for your discussion. As you talk with clients, use the educational materials in the welcome kit or from the website. This would include tools like the body condition scoring system to talk about weight loss. When you talk with a pet parent about using therapeutic diets, talk about relieving the chaos and making sure the right pet gets the right food. The PortionPro Rx is the solution to all of their pet feeding needs. You can also talk about the amazing benefits that pet parents in the field trial have seen. Lori said she's so happy with how easy it is. It was easy to set up, easy to use, it's just plain easy. Steve has used other automated feeders before and needed to modify them in order to work properly. The PortionPro Rx not only fed both of his cats easily and effectively, but it also looked nice in his home. Since having the PortionPro Rx, Kristen's cats are much more content, and they come and interact with her socially rather than begging her for food or looking at her as a provider. And Jennifer just loves the PortionPro Rx. She can't get enough and wouldn't trade it for the world. Now that your clients want to try the PortionPro Rx, you need to decide how many units you should prescribe and if any extra tags are needed. Ideally, each pet in the home would have its own PortionPro Rx and assigned tag. This would ensure that everyone is getting proper portion control and prevents everybody from stealing extra food. For those who want to begin with 1 or 2 units, ask these questions to identify how many units they need. Number 1, does this pet need food protection? And number 2, does this pet need portion control? If the answer is yes to either of these questions, then this pet needs the PortionPro Rx and an assigned tag. Let's look at a few examples to help us see how this can work. First of all, a family has a food-stealing dog and a scarfer cat. In this scenario, you could prescribe a single PortionPro Rx unit for the cat, which comes with 1 tag, and then prescribe an additional tag for the dog. This would allow the cat to eat without the dog stealing their food, but the pet parent will still need to feed the dog by hand. In the future, perhaps you could prescribe an additional PortionPro Rx to portion control the dog. In the next example, a family has 2 free-feeding cats, 1 dog that steals from everyone, and another dog that grazes and needs a prescription diet. In this case, you can prescribe 1 PortionPro Rx with an additional tag for the cats, then another PortionPro Rx with tag for the grazing dog, plus an additional tag for the stealing dog. That would be a total of 2 PortionPro Rx units, each including a tag, plus 2 additional tags. In this case, the cats would need to self-regulate and share their food, but they are protected from the thief dog. The grazing dog will also get the prescription food as well as be protected from the thief dog. Eventually, a third PortionPro Rx could be prescribed for the cats to each eat on their own, and a fourth could be used for the thieving dog. As you begin to talk with clients about the PortionPro Rx, you'll find that most pet parents are interested because it solves some kind of feeding challenge in their home. Most parents list the number one reason for purchasing the PortionPro Rx is because it simplifies mealtimes and makes them more convenient. They also say that the portion control and food stealing are big motivators for purchase. Another reason is that pet parents are able to save on food cost. Our research shows that more than half of ideal pet parents would in fact purchase the PortionPro Rx for $289. There's a very strong benefit to pet parents for using the PortionPro Rx. It relieves stress and frustration at mealtime, plus it makes feeding prescription diets easier, and they can now follow your recommendations. The top reasons for pet parents to buy the PortionPro Rx is because it eliminates food stealing and makes it easier to feed their pets. When you talk with clients about the PortionPro Rx, focus on the value. There is a huge stress relief to pet parents who feed multiple pets and use the PortionPro Rx. You can also talk about the benefits to the pet's health. If a pet loses weight, they avoid many health issues, such as diabetes, skin disorders, and even some cancers. They also can be happier, healthier pets and become more active. If the pet needs a prescription diet, the PortionPro Rx makes sure that they get only the food they need and that they are not stealing someone else's. In addition, there can be a financial benefit by avoiding future healthcare costs or saving on food cost. If you can get 1 or 2 PortionPro Rx into the home, pet parents will usually want one for each pet because they see all of the benefits. Just see for yourself what pet parents are saying. For Kristen, it's saving her carpets. With the PortionPro Rx, her cats are no longer doing the infamous scarf and barf, and they're not vomiting after every meal anymore. Nicole now has the reassurance that her cat is getting the food intended for him in the amount he needs it, without worrying about the dog stealing the food. And for Meg, her cat Bear was on a weight loss diet for years and never lost anything. With the PortionPro Rx, in just 2 short months, her cat was already down 2 pounds, and she noticed that he's happier and healthier. Let's take a moment to review this module. We learned that busy pet parents struggle to properly feed their pets. When prescribing the PortionPro Rx, each pet in the home should have its own feeder and tag. If pet parents want to start with just 1 or 2 devices, the pet who has their food stolen or is on a prescription diet must have the PortionPro Rx. More than half of the targeted pet parents would buy the PortionPro Rx at the price indicated. Thanks for completing Module 4 of the PortionPro Rx Hospital Training.